Hi students, welcome to chemistry online classes. This is the chemistry in everyday life chapter. This concept is whatever I am teaching today, this is applicable for CET, NEET, JEE and also for theory purpose. So now chemistry in everyday life, how this chemistry useful in our day-to-day life. Without this medical, it means medicines, we are not living nowadays. So every day we are using some chemical compound, they are called drugs or that is called medicines. So now what is a drug or what is a medicine? So first, drug meaning what is that? This is a chemical compound having molar mass 100 to 500 unified mass. This is molar mass is 100 to 500 unified mass. Keep in mind, this is consider a drug means not like this. This is a weight, that is molar mass. Molar mass only 100 to 500 unified mass. So the chemical compound having lower molar mass nearly 100 to 500 unified mass that interact with the target molecule and produce some biochemical reaction or biological response. Now if you take any one of the chemical compound, then it interact with some of the target molecule in our body. Not all part of the body, some part it may be attacked. So what are the target molecule? That may be protein, that may be what you call carbohydrate, lipids, nucleic acids or something. These are biomolecule. Already you know in the chemistry, that is called biomolecule chapter, also known as the biology. So this is biomolecule, these are macromolecule. So this drug is interact with this target molecule. Target molecules are which one? Macromolecules. What are the macromolecule? Carbohydrates, proteins, enzymes, hormones also sometime, and maybe what do you call nucleic acid. All these are the target molecule. When it is drug interact with the target molecule, it produces the biological response. That biological response may be positive or negative. If it is useful, and it is useful for therapeutic mean what is it? Healing to disease. We have some disease, maybe consider any one of the disease, pneumonia, typhoid, like this. Then the drug, if you administer into the body, then that may be healing mean reduce, then that is therapeutic action. That therapeutic action is good, then that is called medicine. So drugs are medicines, but all drugs are not medicine. All medicines are drugs only. So the drug which is administered into our body, then it interact with the target molecule, produce the biological response. That biological response, if it is useful for therapeutic action or to treat the disease, then that is called medicine. So medicine and drug differentiation, that is, it is positive or negative. So positive way is there, mean that is called medicine. So when you are going to hospital, then doctor give the prescription that is recommended daily, morning one dose, afternoon or maybe evening, like this they will give the prescription. So that recommended dose only we have to use. If you use more than the recommended dose, then it may be poison. That's why don't use your own prescription. Don't take the tablets or any injection or syrup with your own, because compulsory prescription is required. According to that prescription only you have to take. That's why always you have to contact your physician. Then only we have to take that medicine. Then that is a recommended dose, that is how much required, that much only administered into our body, then only it gives a positive action. If it is given more than that, then it may be leads to death also. That's why don't take the more than the recommended dose. That is very, very important. Now whatever these drugs or medicines or which one? Chemical substance. These chemical substance are useful to treat any disease. Useful to treat any disease or reduce or total preventing. So that chemical treatments, it means by using chemical we are treating some disease, that is called chemotherapy. So what are the terms we are using here? One is drug, another is medicine, Another one is chemotherapy. Generally, chemotherapy word you are using for cancer. Not only this is for cancer, this term you can use for any disease treatment with the chemicals. So chemicals is nothing but medicine. So that medicines we are using to treat the any kinds of disease, but majorly this term we are using in the cancer. Okay, all disease purposes. So don't consider chemotherapy mean cancer. It is not only for cancer, it is treatment of all types of disease by using these medicines. Next, classification of drugs. Keep in mind, whatever I am discussing this chapter, you have to take your textbook and first listen this carefully and later follow to your textbook. Otherwise, keep textbook in front of you and listen this topic line to line, observe. And competitive exam purpose, there is no much problems or any such very depth concept is not there. For this chapter, only the given line to line you have to read very clearly. That is only enough for theory purpose also and also for competitive exam purpose. So, and they are asking nowadays, they are focusing on this chapter, compulsory questions are there. That's why I am discussing this chapter. Now we have to concentrate on this very carefully. Now, classification of drugs. These are classified in different way. One is based on the pharmacological classification of drug based on one, based on the pharmacological action or function. So this classification is very useful for the doctor to treat a particular type of disease. For example, one patient came, he or she may having the one particular type of disease, for example, typhoid consider or any other disease consider. Then to treat that disease, he having a wide range of medicines. For example, this block is there, in this block one box is there. So that box having, one box having the to treat a particular type of disease, but all are different medicine, but all are useful to treat only one disease. So which tablets is effectively or which medicine is effectively work, so that medicine he can give. Therefore, for example, analgesics meaning what is the pain reducing. Another one is antibiotic mean what is the to kill or prevent the microorganism. So if you want to give antibiotic, so many antibiotic will be there. One is penicillin, another is ofloxacin, tetracycline, erythromycin, like this, so many tablets are there. Then which one is effectively work on that we can easily give. It is based on the pharmacological action. Okay, this is generally useful for doctors to treat a particular type of disease. One example is analgesics meaning what is the pain reducing. Another one is antibiotic mean what is that to kill or prevent the microorganism, like antiseptics also is there, antihistamines also is there, like this. So many medicines will be there. Then in that particular one will work the most effective that can give to the patient. So one is pharmacological action. Second one is based on the drug action. Based on the drug action. Now keep in mind, in our body histamine is one of the chemical substance that is one of the chemical which cause the inflammation in our body, because it is responsible to release the pepsin hydrochloric acid. So if it is excess release in our body, then it is called inflammation in our body. So to treat that, we have the so many drugs that is called antihistaminic drugs. Antihistaminic drug 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are there considered. 5 antihistaminic drugs are there. All can block the histamine. It means histamine were attack to the receptor that is present in the stomach wall. If this histamine attack, then acid and pepsin is released in our stomach. Then to stop that action, it means histamine is attacking to receptor, then it is releasing. If you attacking blocked, histamine attacking to the receptor, if it is blocked, then that releasing of acid and pepsin will be reduced. Then so many antihistaminics are there. In that they block in different way. All are antihistaminic, but blocking way or mechanism is different. That is called drug action. So based on the drug action also we can classify the medicine, or that is called drug. So different antihistaminics are blocking to the histamine in the different mechanism. That's why drug action, how it is blocking or how it is stopping, how it is interacting with the histamine. Not only histamine, any other chemical substance is there, their mechanism may be different. Then third one is based on the structure. Based on the structure. For example, this is sulfur drugs. These are called sulfur drugs. Sulfonamide, like this is there. Here, this may be anyone. Keep in mind that is any one of the nitrogen is having 3 bond, then here H and bond. This here R considered, for example, this R may be anyone, but this structural feature is common. This structural feature is common. R group change, then its property little bit change, but all are having similar or same pharmacological action, but little bit change is there. So that is called based on the structure also classification is there. The fourth one is based on drug target interaction. Drug and target interaction, based on the drug target interaction. Now we are taking one of the medicine into our body, then that drug is not interact with the all parts of our body. It interact only where it is required, where our target is there only it is attacked, and it produce the biological response. Okay, so in our body, what are the drug targets are there? Generally biomolecules, which are maybe carbohydrate, already told, carbohydrate, lipids, and enzymes, receptors, and nucleic acids. All these are which one? Biomolecule. These are the target molecule or drug target. When drug comes into the body, it is interact with the carbohydrate, maybe lipids, maybe nucleic acid, maybe enzymes, maybe receptors, maybe. So like this, so many drug target molecules will be there. When they interact with each other, they produce some biological response to the particular action. Therefore, among all these, which is the better classification, means drug target interaction. So if you know this drug target interaction well, then we can easily give a particular medicine to a particular type of disease for a patient. So this is very important. So now in this chapter we will discuss some drug target interaction. That is, one is, because we have so many drug target molecule, in that proteins. These proteins are one enzyme, another is receptors, another one is, 1 minute, enzyme carrier proteins, okay, these are the all protein. Second one, what is it? Carbohydrates, but carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acids, nucleic acids, and any other. These are now we are not discussing. Carbohydrate, lipids are generally structural features of cell membrane. Nucleic acid having the genetic code information, enzymes are biocatalysts which are responsible for a biochemical reaction majorly. Receptors are very important to are very crucial to communication system. Carrier proteins carries the polar molecule across the cell membrane. So these are the points you have to remember, very important. Carbohydrate, lipids useful, or they are in the part of the which one? Cell membrane. You may be studied in the botany, zoology also. Compulsory lipids and carbohydrates will be there. And nucleic acid already also you know in the chemistry also, in the biology also. These are having genetic code information. Enzymes are which one? These are the actually proteins. Which one protein? These are globular proteins and having which are act as a biocatalyst. Receptors also proteins. That's why I given here protein. These all are proteins only. So receptors are protein which are very crucial or very important to communication system. Carrier proteins which are important to carry the polar molecule across the cell membrane. So now in this chapter the drug target interaction discussed with these two only. One is enzyme drug target interaction, another is receptor drug target interaction. Okay, so first one we will discuss about the enzyme drug target interaction. First, how this enzyme useful to in our body, how it is performing the biological reaction in our body. If you know that, then we should know that how to block this or how to stop that reaction with the drug. So keep in mind, first you should know that enzyme activity, how it is involved in our body. So now enzymes, already I know that, or you know that this is the biocatalyst, these are the proteins. Now this enzyme having the majorly two functions. One is enzymes having the active site which hold the substrate molecule. Now in our body any chemical reaction is occur, it means in presence of this catalyst. So this enzyme having the active site in that this substrate molecule is hold. So which is holding a substrate molecule? Enzyme active site. So this substrate molecule and enzyme having a interaction. That interaction is maybe ionic bond or ion dipole force or van der Waals force or hydrogen bond or any other bond. So depend upon their interaction. So this is first one. It means enzyme hold the substrate molecule at active site. Okay. Second one, what is that? When it hold at active site, the enzyme provide the functional group and they interact with each other and produce the biological response, mean chemical reaction occur between the enzyme and substrate molecule. So these are the two major function of enzyme. How? One is enzyme hold the substrate at active site by some force. Second one, what is that? When it hold, in between these two chemical reaction occur. This is a process how in our body that chemical reactions are going on. If we know this process, then now we are administered into our body any one of the medicine. Then this medicine, it stop its action. Which action? Enzyme action. That is called, that medicine or that drug is called enzyme inhibitor. If the drug or medicine interact with this enzyme, its activity loss. That is called, the drug is known as a enzyme inhibitor. Inhibitor means stopping. So the drug will be stop the activity of enzyme. That is called drug. What do you call? Enzyme inhibitor. How it inhibit? Same by the about two function. What are the two function? First one is, we know that enzyme hold the substrate. If you stop this or if you block this interaction, how it is holding? At active site. Now this drug compete with this substrate molecule. Now these are the true. One is substrate, another is drug considered. Both will attack at this active site of enzyme. This is the enzyme considered. Both will attack at the active site of enzyme. Now competition is there. Who will first set it? Then that will be blocked to another one. For example, drug is first active site point is seated, then substrate molecule side. It meaning what is there? In between this is competition is there. So drug occupy first and substrate do not having that position. So like this it is blocking to the substrate by occupying the active site of the enzyme. That is called competitive inhibitor. Competitive inhibitor means both are traveling to that position, but which is first occupied? Drug first occupied. That is called competitive inhibitor. Another one, what is that? Active site is there. This active sites, this is the enzyme active site considered. For example, this position is active site, but drug is occupying at this position. Drug is occupying at this position. When drug is occupying at this position, this shape of this is changed like this consider. Now substrate molecule is coming to attack this active site, but it is not recognizing the shape, because before that like this shape is there, but now shape is changed. When shape changed, the substrate molecule recognizing that position is difficult, and there is no interaction between the enzyme and substrate. Like this also it is blocking. But this position, drug is occupying the some other position of other than the active site. Once again, drug is occupying at the other than the active site position. That is called allosteric site. What do you call this? Is allosteric site. Drug occupying a position other than the active site of the enzyme. That is called allosteric site. When it attack at allosteric site, shape of the active site will be changed. Substrate molecule will not recognize. So like this, we can stop the interaction of enzyme and substrate when it is not required. If required also we are blocking, means that may leads to any other damage in our body. Sometimes it is required, sometimes not required. Whenever not required, by using these drugs we can stop the interaction of enzyme and substrate. This is enzyme drug target interaction. Another one is receptors. Receptor drug target interaction. First, what are the receptors? Already I told you that receptors are the proteins which are very crucial, mean very important for our communication system, because our brain send the information to the all other organs. Okay, then that is called neuron to neuron or neuron to muscle system. This message will be transferred, but first you should know that what is a receptor. Receptor meaning what is that? These are the protein, these are embedded, it means these are present in a cell membrane. Keep in mind, this is present in a cell membrane and projecting outward. This is a cell membrane, this is part of cell membrane total. Like this projecting outside, that projecting outside of the surface of the cell membrane, that is called active site. This having in different shape. Keep in mind, this receptor having active site in a different shape, and this active site will take the chemical substance. That chemical substance will bring the message to the receptor. That chemical substance are called messengers. So keep in mind, this is a receptor, another chemical substance bringing to the message at the receptor site. So that chemical substance is called messenger. This is the receptor. The chemical substance is called messenger. Messenger occupies at receptor site, it having the different shape. So these are receptor also selective, because different receptor having different active shape, then this will be selectively takes the chemical messenger that will occupy at the active site and giving the message without entering into the cell membrane. So chemical substance occupy at this position but not enter into the cell membrane. It gives a message and transfer into the cell membrane to other part, but not chemical substance enter into the cell membrane. Keep in mind, that is very important. So the chemical messenger gives the message to this receptor giving to other parts without entering into the cell membrane. That is very important. Okay, so now we know that what is a chemical messenger. Chemical messenger are the chemical substance which bring the message at receptor. Receptors are having different shape at active site, and these are selective also. So these are giving the message without entering into the cell membrane. Okay, so now if we don't want that message, we want to block that, then now we have, this is the cell membrane part, this is the active site of the receptor. Now we are taking one medicine, or that is called drug. When you administer into the body, now chemical messenger is there and drug will be there. So that drug will inhibit its activity. How it inhibit? It occupy this position, because this drug also having the similar shape like this chemical messenger. When it occupy, there is no space for this chemical messenger, then that chemical messenger will not attack to this receptor, and that activity is stopped. So like this process is called antagonist. What is the antagonist? Antagonist mean the drug inhibit the action of chemical messenger at receptor site. It means when the message is not required, then we will block that message. How to block this message? Chemical messenger should not interact with the receptor. How it not interact? We are blocking with the drug. When it is blocking with drug, then that chemical messenger not attacking at the active site of the receptor, then that message will be stopped. Sometimes message not required, that's why we are stopping that. And another type is, sometimes the natural chemical messengers are not available. When it is not available, then it is another problem creating here. But we require that message, then what to do? We have to artificially provide that chemical messenger, but it will act like the natural messenger, but not exactly. Maybe it is called like mimicry. For example, my voice, maybe another person will same speaking, that is called mimicry. So this drug or chemical substance may act like the natural chemical messenger, that is called mimic. So the drug will mimic like the natural messenger whenever the natural messenger not available in our body. Such time we have to use that drug, that is called agonist. Agonist meaning what is that? The chemical substance, that medicine is mimic like the natural chemical messenger. Antagonist mean what is that? The chemical substance or that medicine will block the natural messenger. So these are called, what do you call, drug target interactions. Okay, now some therapeutic action with the some medicine. In that first one, antacid. How we are treating this overproduction of acid in our body? Already I told you very clearly, histamine is one of the chemical substance. This chemical substance interact with the receptors present in the walls of the stomach. When this histamine interact with the receptor, then pepsin and hydrochloric acid release in our body. If it is overproduction, it is called inflammation in our body and leads to sometime ulcer. That ulcer may leads to death also. That's why the overproduction of acid we have to reduce. How to reduce? Acid neutralize with the base. So olden days what they do, sodium bicarbonate is used, NaHCO3. But if it is excess amount, then it is converted into alkaline, because you know salt hydrolysis here, which is the more strongest part, base strongest part, this carbonic acid weakest part. Then if it is little bit amount excess in our body, then it is leads to alkaline nature, mean basic nature. Again to neutralize this basic nature, again overproduction of acid in our body, again it leads to more acidic in our nature, that means pH decrease. So this is not that much useful. Therefore some insolubles metal hydroxides are used, that is aluminum and magnesium hydroxides are used. Hydroxides, aluminum and magnesium hydroxides are used to treat this, and